Hello, everyone. My name is Jason, and my partners are Douglas, Ted, and Jonathan, and together we are a dream team. A dream team now presents Recipeasy. Recipeasy is a simple, clean, and easy recipe website where users can find, create, and give feedback on recipes. Recipeasy aims to combat with bloated ad-filled websites such as AllRecipes or Food.com. Currently, hungry people will look for recipes only for the recipe to be crowded with ads, personal stories, and terrible websites, designed for you to stay on their website so that they can get better ad revenue. Our goals when building Recipeasy were to make it extremely simple, community-based, and have a clear user interface that doesn't have you running around in circles.
Thank you, Jason. Hi, everybody. My name is Douglas, and I'm going to quickly walk you through the technologies we use to build and deploy Recipeasy. So, for the front end, we used Vue.js. Vue made it really easy to build a responsive, interactive site. It's super flexible, has great tooling, and using libraries like PrimeView gave us ready-to-go UI components, like the auto-completing fields, which we used for ingredients and recipes. For the backend and deployment, we used Firebase. Firebase handled our database, authentication, and hosting. Basically, everything server-side fit perfectly with Vue, let us get a full stack app up and running quickly without setting up our own backend from scratch. So for testing, we used Jest and Selenium. Jest helped us unit test our front-end components, and Selenium let us simulate users interacting with the app to spot bugs before deployment. Overall, Vue and Firebase integrated really smoothly. Just to explain a little bit about what's on the screen right now before I let you go. On the left side, you can see an example recipe entry in our recipes database, while on the right side, you can see one of our Vue components, and that is specifically the forum. So overall, technologies we picked really helped us build a full stack app efficiently and focus more on features without getting stuck on infrastructure. Yeah, thank you for listening.
Hello, I'm Jonathan, and building off of what Douglas said, I'm going to be showing you some of the core features of our app in motion. So, here's our homepage where you don't necessarily have to be signed up on our web app to access, but to get the full experience, I do recommend logging in or making an account. So, let's just make an example email and password. Let's say andrew@gmail.com. Password, for the sake of presentation, I'm just going to leave it as password. And display name, we're going to say Andrew, and go ahead and sign up. And now we are in. So let's just go ahead and check out some of the recipes on our form. Let's look at some cheese pizza. And from here, we can bookmark it. We can view some nutrition facts about it. Or we can export it if you want to share it. So if you want to copy a link, it'll copy it to your clipboard automatically. You can share it, send it to your friends, or you can export it using the JavaScript object notation. So let's say I really love this recipe because I do. It looks delicious. Let's post it. It goes on there. And let's say we want to show our own recipe. For a presentation, I'm just going to make this simple. Pour cereal in bowl. Pour milk in bowl. And I don't know anything about the nutrition facts about this, but let's just say 50 grams of cereal and 100 grams of milk. And here you can also add nutrition facts. So let's just say it has a lot of sugar. And it has some carbs in there. And we can put this under the category classics. And if we want to add our own image to it, we could do that here as well. And if we submit it, here is our page, where you can also just go ahead and start bookmarking, copying links, anything of the sort. And to view something that you bookmarked before, we just simply go to our profile and look at what we bookmarked. We can look at our pizza, can look at our cereal and milk. And that is all. I'll be giving it to Ted. He'll be demoing more of our features.
Hi, I'm William or Ted Akahori, and I'm going to be finishing up the demo of our features for our site. First, I'm going to log in. I already have an account, so I'm just going to use that. Next, I'm going to go to the cooking tips and just submit a basic one. Let's have a nice knife. Can't argue with that. It's always good for cooking. Next, I'm going to like one just to show. And I'm going to search, cook. It's what our site is all about, so might as well search that. Next, I'm going to edit it and say have a nice sharp knife. I'm going to press update, and then I can even delete it. And then I can upvote that same one that I did, and it will delete the upvote that I had. Next, I'm going to go to contact page and have a contact report. Let's say that this site that we're currently on was not working. This site is not working. Once it's submitted, we'll have a message that it's submitted, and we'll be able to see it on our backend database. Next, I'm going to go to my profile. I'm going to change my name to Teddy. Figured I want to do that today. Next, I'm going to add something like macaroni to my ingredient list. Maybe I have a nut allergy. Next, I'm going to go to the recipe generator. I'm going to check cheese and macaroni, and I'm going to check tomato sauce. We can see here that we have the mac and cheese, but if we uncheck macaroni, then we'll also get Korean corn dogs, tomato cheese melt, etc. If we also uncheck tomato sauce, we'll get also cheese pizza. We'll go to that one. If we go here, we can see that we have nutrition facts and bookmarks. All these have been shown in the previous demo part. If we go back and click cheese and an allergy of tomato sauce, we can click search and then scroll down and click export these recipes to a JSON file. If we open the JSON file, we'll find that we have the ingredients that we chose on top of the recipes that it had generated. And the allergies at the bottom. Next, we're going to add nuts to this whole toss-up, and then we're going to click AI Generate. You'll find that it will come up with a page for new/edit recipe, meaning we can add this recipe to our form. It'll have all the ingredients that we selected, and it will not have any of the ingredients that we had for our allergies. It'll give it a name, have some cooking instructions, and some nutrition facts. All we need to do is select the category and upload an image if we so choose, and then click submit. Here we go. Here it is on the form. We can even go, since we saw that we added it to the form, we can go to classics, and here it will be. Next, let's go back to the recipe generator and import our options that we just exported. Now that we have these, we can click our form search, and here we go. This is exactly where we wanted to be. It should be noted that these input boxes have autocomplete. You could put stuff like macaroni or add nuts, or even there's a whole bunch here. You can add apples, or of course we have also pressing enter to add a new field. That's the end of this demo. I'm going to log out, go to the About page. Thank you very much for this journey throughout our capstone project.